Hello everyone, it is Shay in Silver Lake, Oregon. It is 37 degrees, it's March 31st, and there is a 13-mile-an-hour wind. It snowed last night, but it's quickly melting because it's 37 degrees. Freezing's at 32. So I did a couple videos this morning. I've got some shorts that I need to upload. But, ooh, it's chilly, chilly, chilly. The tulips love the snow, so, you know, it's these ones over here that I'm wondering about. Wonder how much these guys like it. Because I know that the snow will just crush them. But we'll see when it pops up. Anyway, it is cold, slightly windy. I did not get my tub moved. My son's gone for a whole week. He won't be back. Oh, look. This fell off the top of... Let me try to pick this up. It fell off the top of here. It was the dome. And that's funny, the way that it melted. It's pretty thick right here. That's hilarious. Anyway, ooh, it's cold, but I did get the area set up. What are you doing out here, Bruce? Trying to sunbathe in the wind? It's melting pretty fast. Oh, the wind is cold. The wind is cold. The wind is cold. Ooh, look at that. It's half covered in snow. The beach balls. Ooh, I'm gonna put my hood up. Look how pretty it is out here, though. It's got blue sky. Oh, but it is cold. It's already melting off the road. Yikes. Cold, 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 cold. Chilly. It's chilly. And windy. Look at my feet prints. Ooh. Still haven't seen any deer. Usually I have a lot of deer in my yard, but I haven't seen any. Yikes. That wind is brutal. I need to move this. So that it stops leaking water on it. Cold. So cold. See my nails. Yikes. Should wear gloves. Should have worn me some gloves. Didn't get my I wonder if it's wide enough. I don't think that's wide enough. I won't be able to get it through there, so basically I have a dolly. Man, feminists are so crazy. I would like to see a feminist come out here and move this cast iron tub. Would love to see it. Tell me we don't need men. Liars! I need two men to move that. Boo! And now, only Robbie's home. I don't think he could do it by himself. But I wanted Trevor and Robbie both to do it, and I don't know why they wimped out on me. Like, they only have to move it to right here. And Trevor's like, yeah, but every time you get something, you want to move it around. Well, you have to move it around to find the right spot. And my right spot didn't work out there because the ground gets too soft and then it won't drain. So I need it. I actually think I want to find some more wood and pile it up a little bit more. And there's a couple pieces underneath there but I want it up higher off the ground a little bit so that it will drain. I need it to be able to drain. And then I want to dig a little trench. I don't know, maybe I should dig the trench first. Like start up there and dig the trench so that it loops around and just water and goes into this bed. Or I could dig the trench along the inside of this fence. Like go down right here and then loop it around and go up like there so that it waters both sides. That would be smart. That would be very smart. Maybe the Lord is just saying, honey, do all that first. Otherwise, you'll be wishing you did it. Man, is it cold. It is so cold. Ooh, that wind is chilly. Blowing right off the snow. I have no plans. My son went to Klamath Falls to pick up his company car. Supposedly, it's either going to be white or silver, but he's pretty sure it's going to be a white one. I forget the name of it. He showed me a picture of it, but I forget the name of the car. It's a nice looking car. So he'll be driving that instead of putting all the miles and wear and tear on my car. Thank goodness. And I'll actually have my car. So I'll be able to actually, there's been so many times like when the sun is setting or when the sun is rising where I've wanted to jump in my car and then just drive like just less than a mile to do a video, because it's getting old just doing them in my yard all the time. Are you going to come inside? Let's go in the house. It's cold out here. Is it warmer right here? I'm wondering. Is it wet? No. All right, I'll give it to you. It is a lot warmer right here. It is way warmer right here. Huh, interesting. What are you whining about, Holmes? You need to get a treat? He's over here yawning. What are you doing? Bruce! Brucifer! Brucifer, you old man! Bruce! Bruce! What are you doing? You napping? You napping? I guess he's napping. Look at those clouds over there. I love it when it's got floofy clouds. You know me and the floofy clouds. I love them. Well, I made it to Numbers. Boy, Leviticus is a snoozer. I gotta be honest with you. Yeah. It is a snoozer book. Numbers peps up a little bit, but not a whole lot. And Deuteronomy is not going to be that great either. Although, I will give you a recommendation. If you have tried to read the Bible and you keep falling asleep and you can't even make it through Genesis, the best way that I found to read it, to get you interested, is there's 66 books. And there are a ton of books that are not very long. Like Jonah is only 4 chapters. I think Ruth is only 4 chapters. Go through, because there's an index in the beginning of everybody's Bible. Just go through and pick out a few, like Esther's a really good one to read. It's not a snoozer. Ruth isn't a snoozing one. Jonah goes pretty fast. Any of the minor prophets. And once you start going through those smaller books, because nothing is in chronological order anyway, then because I tell you, 1 Kings and 2 Kings is a pretty big snoozer. So is 1 Chronicles and 2 Chronicles. There's quite a few snoozers. But once you get through the smaller books, then your interest is piqued. And then those books become a lot easier to read. I'm on my 14th time reading the Bible all the way through. But the first time, it was a snoozer. When I kept trying to read and I just kept falling asleep. Then I started, like, I think I made it through, like, half of Genesis. And I was like, man, I'm never going to get through this book. Like, this is never going to happen. And it shouldn't have been a snoozer because Genesis has got a lot of information and it keeps moving. So I stopped and skipped on, and Jonah was the very first book I ever completed. And then I went and read Ruth, and then I read Esther, and then I started reading all the smaller books, not so much in the New Testament, but the Old Testament. I started reading because once you've busted through a bunch of the smaller books in the Old Testament, then Genesis actually becomes, you get to a point where you're like, wait a minute, I want to know how all this started. And then you go back, and then Genesis was like, I fly through Genesis now. It only takes me a day or two to read the whole book of Genesis. I think it's 50 chapters or something like that. Yeah, I think it's about 50 chapters. And then Exodus. Genesis and Exodus are very, very interesting. And then, I gotta be honest with you though, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, these are big snoozers. Leviticus, I think, is the worst snoozer of them all, honestly. It just depends on where your interest is. Some of my favorite books is Daniel is a good one. I really enjoy Daniel. Matthew. A lot of people like John, but I like Matthew. So, like if you're interested in reading, that's how I would do it. And once you've finished all of the books, then you can go and read from the beginning to the end, and it becomes much easier. Anyway, so that's just my advice on if you want to read the good book. And I'm going to go inside because it is cold outside. And all this is probably going to melt soon. So I would say another hour or two, and it'll be done. And then it doesn't look like it's going to snow again for a little bit. So, it was just like, I noticed it at about 1 o'clock in the morning when I went to bed last night around 9. When I got up to go to the restroom, I was like, oh, there's a thin layer of snow. And then I got up around, I don't know, 2 something, and noticed that I looked out and I'm like, oh, there's a little bit more. And then about 4, because I don't know, I just kept waking up. I've been having really weird dreams lately, and I get irritated in the dream. And when I get irritated in the dream, I'll just wake up. And then I'll stay awake for a few minutes, get up, walk around. Also, it helps my back because if I lay down for too long, it hurts. Which I think is why I have irritating dreams. They're not nightmares. They're just annoying. People they're just annoying. And they'll be people in my dreams that annoy me the most, that I struggle with the hardest to be the nicest that I can. They'll be in them, and it'll always be some drama that they're bringing, and that's the most irritating to me is people's drama. And I try to be super understanding. I try to be a good shoulder and ear to listen to, even though I let it go in one ear and out the other. And that I know because I get so many people tell me, I already told you. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. I forget people's drama, quick. Just quick stats. I just forget it because it doesn't pertain to me, and I'm just there as an ear or whatever, and I'll offer my advice. They don't listen, so I move on. I don't even really give them my advice. I give them advice from Proverbs. That's the best advice you can give people is that book. And then, you know, they don't listen to it, so I forget what their problem is and move on. I'm like, sorry, I forgot. But, you know, anyway, so it's always their drama, and then I get irritated in the dream, and I'm just like, I know it's a dream, and so I'll tell myself in the dream, just wake up. Just wake up, go walk around, your back hurts anyway. And then I'll get up, walk around a little bit, and then go back to bed. And then I got up at 6. I noticed that the last couple of days I've been getting up at 6 instead of 5 or 5:30. I've been getting up at 6, 6:15. So that was weird. And then for my 13-minute video, it took 45 minutes to upload this morning. I was like, what? YouTube sucks. Like, because I had 5 bars on my phone, so it should have been like 10, 15 minutes. But it was 45. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. But it is Monday, so maybe that has something to do with it. Monday. All right, I'm going to go. So peace, love, and happiness. May peace be with you always. Have a wonderful day, week, hour, minute, month, second, year. Don't forget to rewind and be kind. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. And tomorrow will be April 1st. So I will see you then. Bye.